Right back at it, sweet potato video number 2, giving you an update. If you remember, we started growing our sweet potato slips. We started with the whole sweet potato and we started with the half a sweet potato. Basically a contest to see which one will produce more slips. So here, check it out. The whole potato has produced probably twice as many slips as the half a potato. Once you have the sweet potato and it's growing its slips, I'm going to show you what you do next. See these? These are the slips that come off of the sweet potato. So what you need to do is, well, basically you have two options here, all right? What we're attempting to do is to get roots to grow from this vine. Now you can either root it in water by placing the slip in water and letting it sit for a few days until the roots get to be about an inch long, or you can cut the slips directly off the sweet potato, drop it into your bed, and allow it to root in the dirt. I prefer method 2, dropping it directly into the soil and letting it root in the soil. But I'm going to show you both ways. So, what you need to do, get a vessel of some sort that can hold water, scissors, pruners, shears, your finger, whatever you have on deck. Remove the slips from the potato. You do that by just cutting where the vine is coming from the potato. If you look closely, you can see where the roots are wanting to form or starting to form. So all we're doing is taking this slip, this vine, and dropping it in water. We're gonna leave it in water for a few days until the roots are about an inch or so long, and then we're ready to transplant it into the bed. Me personally, I cut the slips directly off the sweet potato and drop them right into the bed. But, word of advice, caution, it's hot outside, 90 degrees already during the day. These have no roots. They depend on the moisture from the soil. About a week or so, the roots will form, and then you can fall back a little bit. Anyway, that's it. I was just trying to show you 2 different ways to root the slips. 1 in water, 2 directly in the bed. If you see that your sweet potato is going crazy with the amount of slips that it's producing, and you're ready just to remove them so it can produce more slips, you can just cut the slips off and place them in water and hold them until you're ready to plant, right? So let's say I'm going out of town tomorrow and I want to plant the sweet potatoes when I get back. Well, then you could easily just cut the slip right here and let it soak in the water until you are ready to plant it. Whether it's a day, 2 days, 3 days, a week, it doesn't matter. As long as there's water in the cup, the vines will attempt to grow roots. So what I think is dope is this is a purple sweet potato. My favorite kind of sweet potatoes right here. If you check out the difference in the leaves, this one is a orange sweet potato. This is from the orange sweet potatoes. This one is from the purple sweet potatoes. If you learn the shape of the leaves, then you are able to tell what sweet potato is growing and what the slips, you know what I'm saying? What slips the sweet potato comes from the shape of the leaves. We just come down to where the vine or slip is attached to the sweet potato, and then we just cut it. See? This one already has roots growing from it. So, this is ready to be planted directly into the soil, right? They need about 12-inch spacing, and it grows like a vine, so it's gonna cover the whole top of the bed. I know a lot of people, they wanna clip off the leaves, but the leaves are actually more nutritious than the sweet potato. So, if you find yourself being overrun by leaves and you don't have a trellis or something for them to grow up, don't worry. Harvest the leaves and eat them. Now, when I say a trellis for them to grow up, I don't mean, these are not like cucumbers or melons that have tendrils that attach to anything. No, I just mean this is a vine, and you could wrap it around the trellis and secure it. If you wanted to keep all of the leaves off of the bed, therefore you have more space to plant. It's your choice how you do the sweet potatoes, okay? I usually just let them run and cover the entire bed. I always dedicate a bed specifically for sweet potatoes because they're in the ground for so long, 90 to 120 days. That's all summer long. So, the sweet potato bed this year is right behind me. I'll plant these slips, and within 2 months' time, you'll see vines hanging all over the edge of the bed. I'll come cut the vines, cut the leaves off, juice the leaves, cook the leaves, eat the leaves, because there is a lot of nutrition in these sweet potato leaves. Since some of these slips do not have roots, prior to planting, you're going to want to make sure that the bed has sufficient moisture. So we're just going to wet the bed. So we're just gonna add some water to the bed everywhere we plan on planting these slips. So they need about 12-inch spacing. So we're gonna be able to put 8 this way and probably another 2 or 3 this way. All right, so this is how you do it. See, where the roots are gonna form, that's how deep we're going to plant the slip. So those are 4 inches, some of them are 6 inches. It really depends on the length of the slip, on how deep you plant them. Simple. I run a line down the middle. Damn, this is good compost, man. Shout out the Ground Up. Shout out the Ground Up and that DS compost that they have. After you make your trench, get your slip ready, you're gonna remove the leaves up until the depth that you are going to plant the slip. Some people say 4 inches, 6 inches, 2 inches. The depth you plant the slip depends on the size of the slip. So I'm going about 4 inches deep with these. All right, remember to keep the sweet potato bed, soil, everything involved properly moisturized, like Jergens or Aveeno or Suave. No, not Suave, like Aveeno. Yeah, like Aveeno. They have no roots. We give them the moisture until they take off. We'll be out here in the morning and the evening time until they root. In a week, they should have roots and you'll start to see new growth. They will not continue to grow straight up in the air. They will fall over and they will vine and take over and cover this entire bed. Do not be surprised if 1 or 2 of them do not make it. That's why we start our own slips. You have backup.